Soul Garden.
Hello my heroes, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. And a couple of cool announcements. One, the Moon Goddess videos are available for immediate download at soulmart.me. These are videos that predict your emotions for the next 30 days with Carolyn Nagel, an astrologer and a moon expert, emotional expert. They're really affordable, just under $4, and they will predict your next month. Now, if you don't know your moon sign, you can text Moon Goddess to 96362, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can with your date of birth. And the Artist's Way will begin this Thursday. If you want a guided tour of the Artist's Way, if you want to get your butt kicked to dive into your heart and creativity, come check it out at soulmart.me. There's also an open house that we recorded that is posted there in Soulmart as well under Artist's Way. If you want to watch and see what it's kind of like, our new cool learning environment we've come up with here at Soul Garden. Well, hello my Rams, the I Am Rams. It is an interesting time for everyone on the earth, especially you, because you're in such heated relationship change. The sun is in Libra, and that is the I give, I receive energy, how we give and receive. And when you're in Aries, you give and receive the most in relationships. That's where you're most willing to give and receive. And really through relationships is what establishes balance. So we worked on the mirage, clearing what's in the way of you. We worked on balance, trying to maintain balance. And this week, we're going to wrap up and try to get a fix on balance. And by Sunday, we'll be moving into Chapter 3, which means you'll be working on marriages, your long-term commitments to others, both with friendship, long-term relationship and business, and even, of course, the big one, marriage, as in romance, right? The big one. I was going to say something bad, but I stopped right there because it's not bad. It's just hard. When we come back, or overlap, I should say, we overlap on Sunday because the horoscopes now overlap to build me a buffer, if you don't know. We are actually ruled by Mercury for most of the day, so it's going to be a cloudy, nesting, and resting day. The moon is in Cancer. Emotions are pulling on our inner self, so it's a day really to recharge your batteries. We're still kind of in a real-time reality shift at this time, which means that you want to really be holding space for the calm blue ocean that you expect to be your life for the next decade. That's what we were talking about. We also have this wonderful yod, and it really does point straight into your ego, which means on Sunday, overall, there's an innovation of ego. This innovation comes from feeling your life changing on the one hand and drawing new emotional boundaries with yourself. These two come to a higher strength. That's what Sunday was about. On Monday, things do perk up. Venus actually rules the day in the United States and in Europe, so it's partly cloudy, I think, but I think you'll be quite peaceful. The moon is still in Cancer, pulling emotions into your self-nurturing side, but Venus ruling the day means it's time to restore balance. It's time to fill those emotional or spiritual vacancies that you have within yourself. You might have gone too far one way or another, but Monday's a day where you can go ahead and correct the situation. The planets are rather quiet, but one thing I do want to highlight is that Mars has moved up into Sagittarius. This means that your ruling planet, or what drives you the most, is to stand behind what you believe. I'll be reminding you that, and for those watched over in GA, I'll be reminding you a lot of that. But really, it's about putting into action your beliefs and your philosophies. This is not a time to second guess what they are. In fact, we won't do that until the sun is in Sagittarius. But right now, you want to act on that. So Mars is kind of empowering you. If you find you don't have the energy to get anything done, well, you might be going against your own beliefs, is what it's saying. On Tuesday, Neptune rules the day, and the moon will move into Leo, so it'll be sunny and childlike. In fact, we've got a lot of passionate things going on Tuesday. We've also got two witches in the office. If you come down to office hours, it's a good fun time out here with those two girls. What Goddess has blessed us with is a soul pyramid in fire, okay? This soul pyramid in fire is actually all epicentered, I believe, by the moon. So your emotions around your inner child is what kind of sets Tuesday off. And what happens is, if you go with the passion, if you surrender to the passion of the day, you will start to feel more joy. Your inner child will come out. Mars will be pushing you to live by what you believe. So it's kind of a I don't know why I was thinking of, I can't even mention it because of Disney. And then that all pours into Uranus retrograde in your sign. So what does this all come to? This comes to an evolution from passion. Following your passion, following your joy on Tuesday allows you to kind of elevate and innovate your ego and your character. And it comes from following your passion and practicing what you preach. Now, there's also a trine that comes to a head on Tuesday, and that's with Jupiter retrograde up to the sun. And what this comes down to is your mind aligning your thoughts with your ideas about partnership. So getting your own mind behind whatever you're going to do with partnership, getting your own mind behind balance and whatever harmony is for you. And then this other trine as well, from Venus in Virgo up to Pluto direct in Capricorn. That means on Tuesday, not only just falling into passion, not only getting your mind behind things, but you're also starting to feel your lifestyle and your career move forward. In fact, the lifestyle career moving forward and feeling that might actually be what triggers all the passion, because you're starting to see some, real change, and that always feels good after all this weight we've had. Then on Wednesday, Saturn rules the day. When Saturn rules the day, it's time to make a decision. That's an incision in consciousness. In this case, you are intuiting what it is exactly you believe you should aim for as far as your philosophy of balance and harmony, right? We're in chapter 2. We're still trying to get the definition of balance and harmony down. Now, if you're trying to deal with a marriage right now, a romantic partnership, or anything else, it's a little premature before you do the spiritual work of what harmony is. So today you are deciding to aim or committing to a general direction. The moon in Leo means that you are excited. Your inner child is definitely on board and partaking in the process. And really the interesting thing to point out is just that Mercury is aligned with this day. We're making in Scorpio a decision as well. So as you're committing to a direction in balance, you're simul-committing to an emotional boundary with yourself. So it's going to say, in order to commit to the fairness or commit to the balanced life, you're going to have to commit something to yourself and make a promise to yourself. That's what Mercury says. And your inner child is inspiring this, so it can't be that bad after all. On Thursday, Mars rules the day. I think you were feeling super groovy. The moon will shift from inner child into daily reality, so you're going to really feel excitement coming around the corner. Now, I think this is all very positive, and if you haven't guessed, everything up until now has been harsh, pulling things off. Oh gosh, Chris, my whole decade's going to be screwed up, and this week seems kind of fun. It is. It's all about moving forward and staying in balance. We don't want to lose balance, and so now, just yesterday, you committed to what balance was. Today, you're going to act on your ideas of what balance is, and you're feeling really good about it because the moon is in your house of inner child, and it moves into your body too. So it's a good day for that as well. But the planets also point to a real kind of alignment along the side here, if you can see, where everything is moving in a forward direction. You are going to act on, says Mercury, a decision as well. So I think this is all the same thing. That decision was a decision about boundaries. And so you're acting on a philosophy of balance. And with Mars up in Sagittarius, truly you're acting on some sort of belief or philosophy you've already established. So not time to learn totally new stuff. Then we get to Friday, and Friday is a Love Fest day. This week's going to be a fun Love Fest. I'm really excited about it myself. I've got all sorts of presents planned for people in the garden. Now, Love Fest Day is the most powerful day of the week or of the month to really restore balance and order because the moon will cross over Venus, all right? And we're going to be super jazzed on this particular one. I'll tell you why. Let's look at some of the other stuff I have here. Wonk, wonk. Looking at the planets, basically, as the moon crosses Venus, this is when we have the ability to emotionally receive. So the moon has been off around the block for 30 days. When it comes back to Venus, it's almost like when you finish the lap, you can take a drink of water. In a cycle of a month, it is the point when you can exhale and breathe and you start to believe things might be all right. It's because your emotions catch up to your capacity to receive. Venus is at a groovy integrity 11, which is a healing number. And so we're not only receiving, but we're restoring integrity. This is all happening in your house of daily life. So it is my prediction that Aries will feel their lifestyle come into a final integrity, or their body or health finally start to feel good after maybe some challenges when Love Fest Day hits. Now, we are all feeling the love because Venus allows us to receive everything, including love. So we always tell everyone in the garden, tell everyone you love that you love them, and remind people how valuable love is. The last thing I want to point out is this square that comes to a final head on Love Fest Day, and I think love conquers fear on this day, literally. And this complex square is a very simple one, really, in the sense of your mind is afraid that a certain life can't happen or won't happen or can't or costs too much to happen. And I think Venus says, no, I can feel the new life regardless of my fears. Remember, the mind is only here to focus on the heart. So a little bit of a test on Love Fest Day as you have to let your heart win. Then on Saturday, we are actually shifting to chapter 3, so we are completed now on Saturday with all the fairness, balance issues, and you officially on Saturday shift to relationship and marriage. But the first day is a moon rule day, so it's a day of feeling the shui. Now, shui is the passionate, the more subtle, the more complicated parts where we get kind of lost in. It's the master shui, that higher level, that chapter 3, third decan. So I think it's going to be a cloudy day. And with the moon mostly in Virgo for most of the day, it's a hyper-aware day, so you're feeling every bump in the road. So Saturday's kind of a funky day, to say the least, but here's why. Looking at the planets, actually there's not much I want to show you on this, just so you can see the moon is heading for the sun, because we have light cast day on Monday of this week, following this week. Then on Sunday, it's sunny and sentimental. It's going to be a Jupiter ruled day. And so as we come back to the full overlap Sunday, Sunday will be an optimistic day, and you're starting to really feel relationships and marriage build up to a crescendo of importance, okay? The moon in Libra does pull your emotions into relationships. Jupiter is retrograde. It's ruling the day, but it's retrograde, so it means that your work about relationships is all internal on this day, even though maybe you want to reach out, you want to say something, you want to ruin it, fix it till it's broken, right? That is part of it. But one thing that is also important on this day, Saturn moves to 1 degree in Scorpio. So we are officially beginning the boundary transit that will last for 2.5 years, okay? And it's interesting because we haven't finished the relationship transit. So the universe says to the Aries, says, hey, you're going to have the machete of Saturn to start drawing personal boundaries as you wrap up your relationship stuff. So that's really good. Remember, you had to make a simultaneous decision about boundaries with yourself this week to get to this point. But here on Sunday, you can really see that the moon is heading for the sun. So on Monday, when we return to the next horoscopes, we'll be talking about light cast day and really casting out your intention of what that marriage partnership should be. Here on this Sunday leading just to it, with Saturn clicking to 1 degree, I think you'll have the ability to tell yourself the truth about whether you can or can't be married to this person, or can or can't go down this particular aisle. And that boundary was the important aspect that might have kept you hung up. One last note here, Venus at a cosmic 13 degrees in Virgo says that something will change in your life. This is leading from the subtle changes that happened just a weekend before. Now 1 week later, the next level of lifestyle or connection to your body, a shift in reality, most likely from just being able to draw those boundaries. That's my guess. All right, my heroes, thank you so much for listening to my long-winded horoscope, and thank you so much for being patient with when I release these. I built in that Sunday buffer so that I can keep my life in balance and learn this lesson with you. Don't forget, we've got GA, we've got Soul Mart, we've got office hours all week long. There's no excuses to not enlighten yourself now. I'll see you in 7 days. Live, love, be.
What does it take to find love these days? What's your greatest strengths? How do you love? I'll tell you all the nuances about you, dating, what kind of gifts you want, what kind of marriage you want, what kind of person you want to live with and don't want to live with, and of course how you love, how you lust, what you're drawn after, who chases you, and your greatest lesson, which is often a weakness. Your birthday love and lust report has that answer. We'll reveal your secrets on video at secretsofbirthdays.com.